Hello everybody, this is the Harbinger. We are playing Wingspan. We are back at the Oceania and European expansions, and let's see what our opening hand is. I like the white-backed woodpecker. It's gonna get us from 2 bird dice into 3 dice from the bird feeder immediately, which is great. I think the horse-field Bushlark has something going for it. It will help us get lots of eggs from few activations in the grasslands, which I think is a decent thing here. And we're gonna need these additional eggs and these additional foods because we don't have anything available to us in the wetlands, and we need to make that happen pretty soon here. Or we could just pick up and play out the common grackle to get eggs. No, I don't think that's it, because we don't have the card sustain to be able to pay cards to get eggs, but we do have the food sustain to pay food to get additional eggs, and with them they can pay the additional eggs to get the additional card rolls later. I think this is fine. I think this is very fine. Let's go for So nest box builder is okay. We already have one of them, so we are on a decent way to get 4 points from 4 birds here. But rhododendronist is just guaranteed 2 more points on every high value bird we play anyway. You can even consider playing Swason's Hawk here just to get 7 points out of this guy. Eastern Screech Owl would be a 6-pointer for 1 food. The amount of food we need to pay for this stuff isn't really a matter anymore. This guy just completely solves the entire food debate from the first card played. So yeah, we don't really need to worry about how much food we pick up. Yeah, that's the point. We should definitely pick the most amount of cards possible from the opening hand. That we also want to consider playing, because we already have food sold in the white-backed woodpecker, so we can in theory take all of these cards. I'm not gonna take the long-tailed tit. Yeah, we still could though. It's the correct food available in the bird tray. And it would be another card we can sack to the grasslands to get more resources. Nah, let's do this for now, and we keep these guys since they are the correct food type for what we're doing later. Gonna pay for it with the worm, so we have more accessible. Oh, we could have kept a grain just to be guaranteed to be able to get the Bushlark off, but it didn't seem to matter here. Okay, we're gonna take a grain. We're gonna take nectar, and we're gonna take rodent, it looks like. And we want to pay for this with double nectars. We can keep the grains, we can activate it pretty fast. Thank you. And so the Bushlark is a hard bird to play with, because it's unintuitive in that it's gonna give you a lot of resources every time you go to the grasslands, but you don't want to activate the grasslands before you spend your eggs. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. But then we can spend these extra eggs here to draw more cards. Chickadee and caterpillar. Okay, not the best thing in the world. We do need to hit some of the good cards we are looking for if we are going to do this long term. Maybe we just plan to spend the cards we already kind of know we want to play. That way we can draw more cards later instead. We do have 3 eggs, so we do have lots of resources to play these cards. Let's see. We want, for example, this and that and that. And we should also be on the lookout for high-scoring birds you can play that cost fish, because we're getting 3 fish from the opponent. Now, let's see. If we are playing both the Screech Owl and the Chickadee, I want to play the Chickadee first because this is guaranteed point, while the Screech Owl is just only points every now and then. When we play the Screech Owl, we can also play the Cockapoo. Then we get up to 3 food dice here. And we do have an egg on this from the lark. I don't know if I talked about that, but I was always planning to have at least 1 egg left there. Okay, Franklin Gull. Okay, that makes everything a lot easier. We are not spending an egg this time. We're only picking up the Franklin Gull. Yeah. So that's great. He can eat the eggs out of the Bushlark. Gives us incentives to fill up the wetlands with bad stuff, or unactivatable stuff. Yeah, this is superb. As they said, he's also Star Nest, so he helps us out with the upcoming round and goal. And yeah, let's just do this and that. And we are eating your own egg this time, and we are, I guess you can take the American Kestrel. It's a 7-pointer that sometimes gives us additional points. It's we kind of already have that effect in the Swisson's Hawk. It's also the correct bird for the upcoming round and goal. Playing birds that gives you a lot of points is still a good idea. It's also gonna let us get more eggs every time we go here, so it's fine. We do need more. Sorry. We do need more. More foods. Let's go and get that more food. Take you. Let's take. This worm here. Roll some dice, get a point, yes, and also take a grain, so we have excess grains to give to the Bushlark once we need that. And I think we play out the Kestrel now. Eat one of those eggs. And we can also play out the Swason's Hawk here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that just to build up the habitat. Spend the fish so we can still have the grain. Correct. Eat that egg and that egg, and then we will have 2 eggs in correct habitats if we activate the goal, and that is probably going to be enough. And as I think activating the goal is the correct thing to do, so we are gonna get these additional resources here. The bush tit is always interesting because it gives so many points each activation, but we can't put it in the grasslands because of the Bushlark would be made redundant. Ooh, Mitchell's Cockatoo is great. That's gonna give us the grain we need to talk to the Bushlark every time we want to do that. It's also a decent scoring bird. But the main thing it's that it gets us the stuff we need specifically to have a lot of to make this happen. Okay, cool. And also we are getting excess cards from the goal we don't care about. We can use those to sack to the Cockatoo, and I think that together with the Cockapoo is going to be the current plan here. Yeah, nothing there in the trade we care about. Let's see. Let's take the rodent in tiebreaker. And yeah, this is fine. We get another chance to take the final grain there. Then play the Mirror Mitchells. Yeah, then we can get the stuff to play the Kakapoo. And to activate the Bushlark again. So free fish. We might play the Kelp Girl. Currently it doesn't cost any eggs, so it's a 6-pointer, but we might also want a slot for something better. It's also a bird looking in the correct direction for the beak pointing right, so that also might be a reason to play it down the line. However, red wattlebird is never seen play. Like, it costs 2 nectar to play this guy, and we're gonna get 2 nectars back. That's just horrible, horrible efficiency. I think that might be the absolute worst bird in the game. Okay, let's try to make sure we have fewest amount of birds with eggs on them for the upcoming birds with no eggs on them task. Eat your egg. House finch is definitely something I usually like. It's a little bit late to pick up the house finch. It lets us cycle cards, but we don't care about. But now we already have a way to get to deal with cards we don't really care about. So it's not going to be that relevant. I think we instead try to draw more cards that matter. Like playing the house finch here is worth 1 point because we pay 2 eggs, and we don't want to activate this habitat all the time. We want to so we don't have an engine setup here. We have a gain food setup and occasionally gain some more points. And here we don't have an engine setup because we can't activate the habitat all the time because of the Bushlark. So what our stuff is that we want to go here once, and then play a high-scoring bird. And I think this is the way to do that. Eat eggs out of Bushlark every time you can. Okay, how are we doing? Okay, so if you play the Kelp Girl, we are gaining 3 points on the opponent because we're gonna tie. So I think that is a good enough reason to play out the Kelp Girl. Here we're also gonna get a nectar into the wetlands, which is at least giving me at least 2 points there. So yeah, I think it's if you can upset the score balance there, it's always useful to do so. Gala, wild turkey. Let's see. We could play the Gala here, but the amount of time it will take to pick it up and actually play it out, get the correct foods, and the foods we already need to activate the Bushlark, I think it's better to just play out the wild turkey and utilize this as a place to dump eggs. Might be. Because this needs to be activated 2 times after played to be better than the wild turkey. And yeah, we can't really activate it a lot of times because of the Bushlark. Yeah, so we want the we much rather want the wild turkey. I think we do want the wild turkey though, so let's discard some food to be able to play out the maximum amount of eggs here. Or wait, we want to do that after we have a grains. Let's go in here, do this first. Do this, get at least 1 grain, and just take some other food here. We're gonna sack the warbler, roll some more, get even more grains into there, and take a third nectar here. hopefully the vulture, the turkey is still there. It is. Okay, then we discard a fish to be able to lay the most amount of eggs. Get some points. Get some points. And take the wild turkey and hummingbird. Hummingbird is probably not going to see play, but it's nice. Then we can play the wild turkey. We play it for... I want to play it for 3 nectars, because I don't think we're gonna play the kingfisher. Eat the bushlark eggs, and then we still have more grains for another activation here. So now we can either plan to pick up and play one of the birds in the tray, which we don't have any more space for, so that's gonna be irrelevant. Or we could pick up and play one of the random cards we pick from the gull. Or we could activate the grasslands twice, which will give us fewer points for round 4. I still think that's better than activating the forest twice. Forest twice is guaranteed 2 points each time. It's somewhere between 4 and 6 points. So I believe just doing this is gonna be a lot better overall, and we might even get so we either once or twice here, and hopefully we can get a really good card to play out here. Baltimore Orioles would have been a really good card, but we can't afford it. We can afford playing out the blue throat though, so that's actually we can afford to play it out, but only if we don't spend the grain here. So what that means is we can play this guy out if we take 2 less points now. So that means this is in theory worth 5 points, while this guy is worth 4 points. In both, so there is also a tiny chance our opponents gives us a fish. Would that matter? No, because we still need this specific grain to be able to do it. Yeah. So not taking the grain, not taking no, let's see, if we don't take it this time, we have the option to both take the blue throat and to go down here once more. Playing this guy out with this food intact is worth 6 points because we eat an egg. I don't think we have the opportunity to lose the round and goal anyway. 6 points. Going down here is 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, maybe 6, 7, 8. So that basically means if we don't take it now, it's still better to do it once more next time. So I think we're gonna lay the eggs here now. So then we need to compare what's better, playing out the hummingbird or just going down here. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's already better. So yeah, a little bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Yeah, we're winning that no matter what, so let's just do that. Eat another one of those. So we got another point there. And another point there. Okay, yeah, we were just maximum lucky with that roll. Playing the blue throat would have been a mistake. Oh, I really like how we played out this Horsfield's Bushlark this game. I think this was a opponent caught up to us there. Maybe I just caught down to them. Should have eaten the egg on the goal. Anyway, I think this was a masterclass in how to play out cards like the Horsfield's Bushlark. They are potentially really good when you do it correctly here. And it was even more points at the end of the game here, since we got Historian, which cares about these birds with apostrophes in the name. Yeah, I definitely should have eaten or not laid the final egg at the girl there. We could have just looked that up and counted how many birds we laid eggs on. I just thought when you had eight spare birds, I thought that was including the birds we looked at, but of course it wasn't. Anyway, so this should be a decent scoring game. We were at least past 100 one time I checked. So and that's before they add nectar points, I think, or it's at least before we add the final round points. And yeah, let's look at this. It's 125. Yeah, that's a pretty good score. And yeah, it's all thanks to this Bushlark here. So I don't know how many times we activated this throughout the game, but any bird that lets you trade a single resource for 2 resources, and that's an off-habitat resource, is usually a really good bird. Horsefield's Bushlark is worse than all the birds because it also has a limit on how many eggs it can carry on itself, so you can't just overutilize this. Like the Franklin Skull is a lot better, and that's broadly known because it has no limit on how many times you can activate this ability. But together with something like the Gull, the Bushlark is also really good because you have a way to spend the eggs out of here. So you can spend 1 egg to play a bird, then you can spend the 2nd egg to draw some cards, and then you can lay 2 more grains or 2 more eggs on it next time. And it's just making the grasslands action a lot more powerful, given you have to do it single times. But it really requires you to understand the fact that you're not running a grasslands engine when you are running the Bushlark. You are running a play out high scoring birds engine. So you want to have sources of more food, so you can play out any bird you draw with 1 turn here, 1 turn here, and then play out just whatever. We didn't really get to play out any 9-pointers, but that might just have been a little bit more luck of the draw than anything. We could also have utilized the ability of the Kelp Gull by just picking up a ton of food here and force feeding the Kelp Gull stuff. It's also a really good way to win the nectar game. Just pick up all the nectars and force feed the Kelp Gull nectars to draw cards, and then you don't need to care about having a goal, for example. But we didn't go that direction this game, and yeah, I think we had a really good Bushlark game here. And with that, I'll say thanks guys for watching. This has been Harbinger. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.